This is the story of Daddy Mr. Noonan and the magic cat returns.
That turns?
We did.
Do you remember what happened to the magic cat?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened to him?
He got eaten by bears.
And went sailing across the
Daddy kicked him
backyard.
down the Roberto's hole.
Yeah.
Mr. Noonan.
Now, Mr. Noonan kicked him down Roberto's hole.
Yeah.
And then what happened? What did Roberto say? Do you remember?
Yum, 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 yum.
He said, if there's anything I like more than the taste of humans, I love cats. They taste the best of all. So we just assumed that the magic cat got eaten, right? But
It is the turn one.
one night, months and months later,
Will he turn?
listen to the story. One night, months and months later, Daddy and Mr. Noonan were cooking up risotto. You know risotto like we had? Come here, sweetheart, come here.
This is a make-believe one because the cat one was make-believe. Right, Dad?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you said the cat
I don't
one
think
was
I did.
make-believe. You did.
I don't think I said the cat one was make-believe.
What is it?
You have to wait and see. When I die, I'll leave you all my journals and you can tell them for yourself, okay? Ready? Well, Daddy and Mr. Noonan were making a risotto. And Mr. Noonan loved his risotto stuffed into a tomato. Stop doing that, Heidi. With a face drawn on it with cheese, just like you like, right? Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So Daddy was busy scooping out the insides of a tomato and filling it with risotto rice. And he was cutting out the shapes of eyes and a mouth and putting it on the tomato when all of a sudden he heard a noise. You won't believe what it sounded like.
What?
It sounded like this. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Where's the cat?
Does a cat make that noise?
I'm a cat.
And as he heard it, he started becoming more and more sleepy. Until finally, Daddy was asleep. So he didn't know what happened. Well, 5 minutes later, Mr. Noonan came out. And Daddy said, I have to throw you out, Mr. Noonan. And Daddy picked up Mr. Noonan by the scruff of the neck and threw him out the front door. Can you believe that? Well, you know what's happened? The magic cat wasn't eaten by Roberto. The worst thing that you could ever imagine happened.
What?
The magic cat had given mind control, or had taken mind control to Roberto the dragon. And now the magic cat was in control of Roberto the dragon. The cat was now in the kitchen, controlling Daddy again. Mr. Noonan was outside after Daddy had thrown him out. The magic cat sat at the kitchen table saying, you thought you got rid of me, didn't you? But I'm back. Now, Daddy, brush my fur, he said. Daddy brushed his fur. Yes, I will brush your fur, said Daddy, and he brushed his fur. Bring me a saucer of milk. Make it warm, not too hot. Yes, I will bring you a saucer of milk. Warm, not too hot. Then the cat yelled out something. Roberto! Roberto, are you there? Yes, I'm here, Master. Good, stay there. I want you to go and eat Mr. Noonan. Roberto said, yes, I will eat Mr. Noonan. And he flapped his enormous wings and flew off over the house to go to Mr. Noonan's house where he was going to eat him. And the magic cat said, that's the end of Mr. Noonan. Now, Daddy, I want you to go and dig a hole in the backyard and bury yourself in it. And Daddy said, yes, I will dig a hole and bury myself in it. Daddy went out the back and started digging a hole. Things weren't looking good. Mr. Noonan was about to be eaten by Roberto the dragon, and Daddy was about to bury himself alive. This is terrible. Don't you think it's terrible?
Yeah.
Mr. Noonan was across the road, just about to go into his door when he heard the flap of the giant wings of Roberto. Mr. Noonan knew that sound only too well. He quickly magicked himself into the basement, which is an area under the lounge room. He said, what can I do? What can I do? And then he remembered. He remembered the story of the tinderbox. And he used Daddy's magic. He clapped his hands 3 times. Clap your hands 3 times.
1, 2, 3.
And said, dog with eyes as large as the windmill of Copenhagen, come and save me. And in a flash, a dog twice the size of Roberto, with eyes the size of the clock face at Copenhagen, was there. And it grabbed Roberto by the neck and shook him. Roberto didn't know what had happened to him. Roberto tried to throw fire at him from his mouth, but he couldn't because this giant, massive dog had him by the neck. And then the dog shook him until Roberto was unconscious, and then he flung him back into the bowels of his volcano. Mr. Noonan said, thank you, dog. I might need you again, so don't go too far away. And the dog seemed to nod and then disappeared. And Mr. Noonan ran across the road. He didn't go inside the house because he knew the magic cat was there. He ran around the back and saw Daddy, who was in the hole, pulling dirt over himself. He was nearly about to be covered in dirt and he would have died.
Why?
Because he wouldn't be able to breathe. All the dirt would have been over his head. Well, Mr. Noonan dragged him out, slapped him in the face, slap, 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 to wake him up. And Daddy woke up and said, what's happened? Mr. Noonan yelled out, the magic cat's back. Things have been terrible. The magic cat had Roberto under mind control. It nearly killed me. Goodness me, I had to call on the biggest dog from the tinderbox adventure, and he got rid of Roberto, but now we have to get rid of the magic cat. And Daddy said, well, we can't look at the cat, we can't go near the cat, otherwise he'll put us under mind control. Mr. Noonan said, there's one thing we can do. Daddy said, what's that? We can call the dog again. You know, dogs hate cats. We'll call the tinderbox dog, and he'll eat him up in one big gulp. So Daddy said, how did you get the tinderbox this time? I mean, how did you get the dog to come to you without the tinderbox? He said, well, I had to use my elf magic mixed with your daddy magic. Have you still got the tinderbox? And Daddy said, yes, it's in the garage. So Daddy went to the garage, got the tinderbox out, struck a match. How many times do you think?
3.
3 times for the biggest dog of all.
1, 2, 3.
And the giant dog was there with eyes the size of the clock face at Copenhagen. And it said, what is your bidding, master? And Daddy Messina said, we need you to get rid of that magic cat once and for all. And the dog said, it'll be as you wish. And it bounded off straight into the house. You won't believe what happened. Oh, it was awful. The battle raged on for ages. The magic cat and the giant dog. Eventually, the dog swallowed him in one gulp, chewed him up, and pooed him out. And that was the end of the magic cat, finally, once and for all. And the magic dog, the dog with eyes the size of the clock face at Copenhagen, came back to Daddy Mr. Noonan and said, it is done, masters. Daddy Mr. Noonan said, thank you. You may go now. And off he went. They went back into the house, and all they found was a little diamond collar that belonged to the magic cat. So Daddy Mr. Noonan put that in their special collection of magic things. But they knew that they'd never see the magic cat again because he'd been chewed up and eaten by the largest dog from the tinderbox. Who liked that story?
Me.
Was that a good one?
Don't forget to stop the phone.
Who liked that one?
Me, don't forget to stop the phone.
I won't forget to stop the phone. Was that a good one?
Snuggles.